This is Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans with me, Cheryl Burke, an iHeartRadio podcast.
So it is week 4, Disney 100 night, or however they're saying it. And I have to say that the opening number was really cool. I was waiting for a little bit of a entrance. Like, I love, obviously, I don't know if they're sponsored by this car company, but it was really cool in the beginning. There was a weird pause. It went, and then there was a pause, and then it continued. But and then also there was some new dancers, and I loved the flamenco dancer. I love seeing new faces, but I think, you could have used our dancers, to be honest, but I don't know who choreographed it. They did an amazing job. I always love it when Alfonso and Julianne obviously do their thing, especially, Julianne. I don't know. I loved the cha-cha medley to this song. I don't know if it's a new Disney movie. All in all, I thought it was great. But I feel like for a big night like this, I thought they were going to do the Beauty and the Beast scene or something with that table that I think I've used before in the past. But overall, great performance. It just seemed a little too basic for the potential of these pros, to be quite honest. Couple number 1, Mauricio and Emma. It's always really hard to do a paso doble that's very intense and full of passion and drama when you have to do it to a Disney song. If you can hear, the music isn't necessarily, it doesn't call for the dramatics, that you need. I wasn't convinced, actually. I thought that this performance was underwhelming. I feel like instead of, just a chin up, he needed to really spread his chest open and really widen his back. I think he fell short with that. I felt like, his lateral muscles were too squeezed together instead of thinking of dancing his back more. Again, I don't know what the judges are going to say. I just paused it now and I'm just looking at the dance itself. Honestly, it could have been more aggressive. It could have been more matador. It could have had more of that, I don't know, that the heel leads that you need, the drags. And then about the middle of this routine, I thought I saw a little mishap. And then I'm not sure what happened at the end, but then when he threw Emma, I don't know, that position wasn't very flattering. I'm not sure if she was supposed to have a leg up during this drag on both knees or what happened. But, I see an improvement. And again, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. So my score for Maurizio and Emma is a 6. Couple number 2, Mira and Gleb dancing a slow waltz. I have to say the set looks amazing. So congrats to the creative team and set designer. And, Mira looks the part. I mean, I think that a slow waltz is really difficult, dancing slow. She did a rumba last week. She got the 2, I would say, hardest dances, especially for a woman when it comes to slow dances, because it's harder to always dance slow than fast. You see every little tiny, whether it's a mishap or maybe a little bit too fast to the music. Her timing wasn't perfect, but regardless, I think this has been her strongest dance so far. I would say just a few notes for Mira. Really extend her upper body up towards those balconies, nipples to the sky in a way, and then extend the neck. So I think what tends to happen is that the spine becomes a little bit too, your neck gets too bent back. You want to be an extension, right? So Gleb's the frame and you're the picture. And also for your hand placement on that bicep, right underneath the bicep, it's important to have a pinky out or not look like you're holding on for dear life. I would have liked to see a little bit of more heel leads, but great throwaway over sway, great technical steps that are really hard. I loved the ending. And it's a huge improvement. I give Mira and Gleb a 7. All right. So before I get to this next couple, I just saw a promo with some familiar faces, some of the OG pros from season 1 through season 4 or 5, Max, Mark, Edita, Karina, Anya, Louie. And, they're doing an amazing, I'm sure it's going to be so amazing. It's so great to see their faces. And I would have liked to have been a part of that. I feel like I'm part of the OG crew, but more on this next week, I guess. It's just sad. Okay, so couple number 3, Barry and Peta. there was a lot of mistakes in this one. I think, maybe he was just a little bit thrown off. I don't know if the arms were supposed to be matching. Look, I'm not a jazz dancer, but I do know that when she was supposed to do a cartwheel, she wasn't able to get the support. Peta wasn't able to get the support enough for Barry for her to do a cartwheel like that. And so she only got one leg up. I think he was just thrown off. I was expecting a lot more, especially from that package. Bob Fosse holding auditions. Like, that was amazing. What a legend Barry is. I hope that this competition isn't messing with his head, meaning I know this feeling. It's like when you have maybe one bad dance or you don't get like what you expected to get as far as judges' comments or scores go. Sometimes, that little voice in your head, I call it like the devil on your shoulder, can get the best of you. My suggestion would be just to remember this is only about what your last dance basically is about, right? And you have to just let it go and be as present as possible. I don't know if you meditate, Barry, but if you do, this is really helpful just to stay present, to do breathing exercises. You can definitely, most likely Google it, that will activate the brain so that everything works as one when it comes to your body and your mind. And you really just need to stay as present as possible. Again, a little bit more awareness with Peta. I don't know. It was a little underwhelming in general. And unfortunately, I give Barry a 5. Couple number 4, Jason and Daniela dancing a foxtrot. I am actually not impressed by this dance as I have been the last 3 weeks, which is okay because it's nice to actually see Jason maybe in a way struggle a little bit more because I feel like it just looked so easy and flawless the first 3 weeks. Look, this is an interesting foxtrot. There wasn't really a lot of foxtrot, to be quite honest. If the music wasn't playing or I didn't know that they were dancing a foxtrot, and let's say I was watching this on mute, it would look like more of a contemporary meets ballroom piece or a waltz, even with this ground fog. I think the ground fog should have been maybe reserved for the smoke on the floor is what I mean. Ground fog is what we call it in production terms, but that would have been better for Gleb and Mira's number. However, look, his frame was broken. His butt was, the bottom half was a little bit sticking out. Look, when you do any ballroom, dances, it's really important that you really work on that tailbone, that your hips stay underneath, like your knees need to be leading, right? And you need to be leaning back a little bit to create more tension and have that counterbalance between two people. As Daniela extends back, he needs to meet that weight, and the heavy head is always how I teach ballroom dances. Like your head, as if you had a ponytail, as if someone's pulling your ponytail back, needs to be the furthest away from that's, I guess, that oval shape that you're creating when you are in frame. I loved the package. I was expecting a lot more because of, how Daniela was training Jason with, the tie and all of that. Look, foxtrot is about gliding and using the floor. I felt like they just used only half of the floor. I would have liked to see more basic figures. I would have liked to see them more in frame. It just looked a little stagnant to me. And then when he was in frame for a couple of eights, it just wasn't right. I didn't know what his footwork was doing. It looked a little too light. Foxtrot has a sense of like jazz to it, but it also has long strides, right? And you have to really use the length of the floor and power between two people when you use each other's weight. Your legs and knees need to lead. Your knees need to lead first, and then your head needs to follow back, heavy head, right? So look, it was underwhelming, and I think it was not his best performance. I think it may have been probably his weakest performance of the season. I give Jason and Daniela a 7. And this is what I'm talking about, Lele and Brandon. Congratulations. You did an awesome, amazing, beautifully extended lines. Your rumba was grounded, authentic, and, you really weren't trying to be, as Brandon said, this dance is sexy, but that's not what the music called for. You did and interpreted this dance just so elegant in an elegant way. If Len was there sitting at the judges table, he would be so happy. Great choreography, Brandon, opening out. You did alemanas, you did a fan, you did all these technical basic steps, yet you were able to still have a solid performance. And so, if you continue to do this throughout the season, I think people are going to be shocked, and you will definitely climb up the leaderboard. To me, this is not only Layla's best dance, but it's by far the best dance of the night. I mean, I haven't seen anybody else as far as the last few couples, but wow, what an improvement. And you know what, Layla, there was an ease and just effortless, I guess, emotion to you when I was watching you. And it made me feel good. Again, like I can tell when a dance is great when I want to see more. And I definitely wanted to see more from you two tonight. Great job. And by the way, you were perfection. However, moving forward, don't aim for that. Like, I know I hear you in your package, and that just made me feel so much compassion and empathy for your story. Because yes, of course we want to be perfect, but maybe when you really, maybe hear this and just know that there's no such thing as perfection, and that, what makes you unique and everybody else is the imperfection, right? And, tonight was an exceptional dance. Was it perfect? Not 100% perfect. What is perfect? I'm not perfect. At the end of the day, I'm always and will be a student at heart. And you have such a beautiful heart, and you really showed that authenticity that I've been waiting for. And again, great work, great leg action, beautiful extension. Like, honestly, that ronde in the beginning was powerful. You had a beautiful connection with Brandon, genuinely smiling at one another. Your bond is getting stronger, and I think you're going to be the dark horse. Great job. I give Lele and Brandon an 8. Couple number 6, Allison and Sasha. What a cool spin. I was just going to comment on how a lot of these songs have been used. I mean, there are a lot of options. So I'm a little bit surprised to see some Disney or hear some Disney songs or see some dances to these Disney songs that basically we've done a lot. And it's been, I think, overdone. But at the end of the day, this could have also been one of them, but I love how they interpreted Beauty and the Beast, with Allison being the candelabra, and then I'm not sure. I don't know who Sasha was, but I just love the spin, and it really brought out her personality. I thought this was Allison's best dance so far. I would have liked to see a little bit more dynamic, using the floor a little bit more. Look, it's jazz, so anything goes really. But as far as like her comfort level, I feel like she really commanded the floor. Her chest was high. She felt confident. You can tell that she felt good because it exuded confidence. You saw, she was really, owning this performance. So I give Allison and Sasha a 7. Okay, couple number 7, Harry and Riley. Actually, I'm quite impressed with his quick step and the amount of content that I saw. Good on them. Really. The chemistry is obviously adorable. There's nothing like your first celebrity partner on Dancing with the Stars. I will always, remember mine, Drew Lachey. It's, everything is so new, so exciting. Really enjoyed this moment, as I know that you two are. You guys are definitely going to end up either being friends or whatever for a long time. I can see it. It's a genuine, authentic chemistry, which is something you can't teach, right? You either have it or you don't. Look, I think... Okay, yes. Was there a couple of mishaps? Yes, but that happens. There's a lot of steps in Quick Step. But good on them for attempting to at least, do a frame. This was his best dance yet. I would like to suggest maybe wearing dance shoes when rehearsing, even from the first day. I know you're just learning, but you want to try and get all of this technique in your body from Wednesday morning. You don't want to mess around. You don't have a lot of time to get muscle memory and technique into your body. So you want to really use these first 2 days to get used to what the ballroom shoes feel like. It would help to wear some trousers, as I had mentioned, maybe week 1 or week 2, but great routine, solid. I give Harry and Riley a 7. Sochi and Val. Wow. Okay. I understand why Sochi in the package expressed how intimidated she was a little bit, or how nervous she got with Val being so intense. You know, Val is a paso doble dancer. I mean, he's one of the best. Same with his brother Max. And it is really hard to, when they dance. The paso doble is from hundreds of years ago. It is a man's dance, right? So in a way, it's okay. You don't need to match his energy. What you need to do, though, is just create your own energy. And it's kind of like fire, right? And it's very intense. And I know you're dancing to a Disney song, you're dancing to Un Poco Loco, and it's not necessarily like as fiery as like authentic paso doble music. So what I would have liked to see, I mean, on top, it was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be extra picky with her because she is definitely has the potential to win this whole thing. But when it comes to facial expressions and intensity, you could close your mouth maybe a little bit and just have all your intensity through the eyes. But the choreography was really hard, and you definitely lived up to Val in that sense. And you carried your own. You loved your flamenco section. I loved your outfit and your dance shoes. And you know what? I think that this was one of your best routines, if not your best routine. I like this better than your last week's routine. You did some really high technical steps that are in the actual, syllabus and open gold syllabus, for example. And it's really awesome. The shaping was amazing. When it comes to your arms, in flamenco dancing and paso doble, I would make your arms a little bit sharper and staccato. So when your arms come up above your head, leave it there for a second before bringing them down. You don't want to loosen your arms. Everything is intense. You want to feel like Spider-Man. You want to feel the energy all the way through your fingertips, as if you're giving, your partner the energy or the audience energy. You want to really feel vibrations through your fingertips. Okay. So just something that you can maybe work on if you have to redo this dance at some point in the finale. Yes, I said the finale because you're definitely making the final. Congratulations. I give Sochi and Val a 9. Okay. Did I just see Chloe Flower? Was she playing the piano tonight? Hey, sister, we're friends. Amazing. You're so talented. The show is so lucky to have you. I hope they gave you a shout out. I didn't hear it, but I'm giving you one because you're amazing. You guys, she's like the best piano player in the world. She plays with Cardi B. She plays for Cardi B, Grammys. You name it. Like, this girl is so talented. Anyway, shout out to you, Chloe. Sending you love. I wish I was there to see you in person, but I was there in spirit. Okay, let's move on. So couple number 9, Adrian and Britt, best dance for him. Absolutely. I think that, when you don't wear like a tail suit, or if you wear more of a suit jacket, which is totally fine, either is fine. But I tend to like to put my celebrities in vests with like a dress shirt underneath, because it kind of, hides the butt. Right? Like, you don't want your hips to stick out. And when you wear jackets, fun fact, like, because the jacket for a man, it goes past the butt, it really ends up just naturally, because of the jacket and the flare with that slit in the back, it looks like your butt's sticking out. Whether it is or not, it just accentuates it, not just you, but any male dancer, right? So when it comes to like sometimes American style, which it is Viennese waltz, you don't need to stay and hold. I would suggest just to hide those little kinks, because you don't have time to get this in your body. It's just to wear like a vest with a dress shirt underneath and like a high-waisted trouser with some shiny patent leather ballroom shoes. It's just a good, clean look, and you can get away with a lot more, actually. Anyway, my point is that I thought it was beautiful. I thought there was great chemistry, actually. And when a male celebrity actual contestant does that ending, when the girl is on one foot and spinning in place, it's a lot harder, let me tell you, for a male celebrity contestant to do it than Gleb, for example. Like, they both had kind of a similar ending. And obviously, when you're the male pro, you're able to do that, right? You're able to be that support system. So I would give extra points just for that, because the fact that he kept her on balance and she wasn't like, you didn't see her body or her spine move. Like, she was completely on her foot. He took care of her. He was a great partner to Britt. I would have liked to see a little bit more power through the legs and feet. Would have liked to see a little bit more of heel lead on that first drive, on that one, right? And really use the floor. Use the floor as your support system. There was a little bit fumble on the reverse turns, but overall, great job. I thought he was a great, leading man for Britt. I give Adrian and Britt a 7. Couple number 10, Ariana and Pasha. Wow, her best dance yet. I don't know if I believe her little, dun 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 package when she's like, I'm a little nervous because I'm not in frame with Pasha. Yeah, maybe, but girl, you know what you're doing. This was as strong, if not stronger, than week 1 when you did that tango with Pasha. And go Pasha. I mean, I don't know if we're contemporary dancers. I mean, I think he comes more from the ballroom world, but he really killed it. I mean, he hit all those accents. He choreographed it so that it was super musical. And, a little birdie told me that actually Ariana's foot has been injured, or it was injured. I would have liked to have seen this in the package if this is true. As I think that's the reason why last week she wasn't able to wear dance shoes and why they weren't able to, stick to actual proper quick step. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hearing things, but yeah, I would have liked to just see her real story. I think the reality behind everything, but I hope she's okay. Maybe this is just me. I don't know. I heard this from somebody, a reliable source, I would say. But anyway, enough about that. Great job. Great musicality. Strong sense of just being grounded and sense of self. I would suggest, when you fall back into Pasha's arms, you stumbled a little bit. There's a little bit of, you need to be a little bit more aware, even if you're not necessarily looking at him behind you, just to look a little bit to the side. So you see Pasha in your peripheral. If it's scary, that is scary. Obviously you're used to rehearsing in front of mirrors and there's no mirrors in the studio there. So you don't know where he is, but don't worry, as you know, in that huge lift that Pasha did with you, he's got you. If anyone's got you as far as all the pros go, it's Pasha. Great job. I give Ariana and Pasha a 9. Couple number 11, last couple, Charity and Artem. Look, it was good. It wasn't her best. I think that I would have loved to see a little bit more content. If you see it, she has her solo intro, which I thought was a little too manufactured when it came to facial expressions. I don't know. Maybe I would have had her lip sing a little bit to show real and raw emotion. Everything looked too choreographed. The beginning is just the lead in to the dance. And it was too smiley and campy for just the intro. This is just, Ariel by herself, looking at herself in the mirror. It's we haven't even started the dance yet. And I just felt like it was just too many facial expressions, which didn't match the tone of the song really. And then they had their intro, right? They were coming in from the opposite end of the ballroom. And look, she's a beautiful dancer. Her arm extension is beautiful. When she's in frame, she's great. I would just have added maybe 10 more seconds of just ballroom Viennese waltz, which, it would have been nice to see a couple reverse turns, natural turns. There's only 3 steps in the Viennese waltz, right? And then you've got the fleckle. It's not a lot to choose from, but I don't know if the music's short. Look, I don't think we need to fill in with Charity and Artem. There doesn't need to be so many tricks because she could actually dance. That's my preference. I know that would be Len's preference as well. But look, the dancing part, the actual in hold was great. I would have given it a 9 if they would have added more of that content. A little still soft, but beautiful extension. I mean, I'm just being a little harder on her because I know her potential. But yeah, don't try too much with the face. Have the emotion, instead of thinking about having it come from your face, have it come from your body. I see it on your extensions. So just let your face relax. It'll happen naturally. No need to put anything on. Solid performance. But for them, because I compare everyone to themselves from the previous week, I give Charity and Artem an 8. Okay, and as far as the eliminated couple goes, this is the thing with the show. It's if you don't, between weeks 1 and 3, if you don't pop, whether that be your personality and chemistry with your partner or your dancing skills, or even just the popularity with the audience, you're going to be sent home. And unfortunately, that is what happened with Adrian and Britt tonight. I mean, he definitely came out with such a great dance, but it was a week too late. But I hope he was able to end on a high note. I'm pretty sure that hopefully he can walk away from this experience and have it be a good one and a memorable one. Britt did an amazing job. Congratulations on an amazing season, Britt. Well, thank you guys for, tuning in. I keep it coming. I love all your comments. And make sure you tune in for the recap next week. This is going to be, I think, a little bit of an emotional one since I see, the OG pros coming back, a tribute to Len Goodman. I'm really sad that, I'm not there. It's not by choice. I didn't get asked. But more on this, I guess, next week. But yeah, it's a shame.